Hello, everybody. Welcome to Geek Viz. Goddamn, that's the old intro. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. It's me, Geek Viz Hoove, as your host here today. And in today's very special impromptu episode here, we got to talk about some things going on in Hollywood right now. We've had a lot of sad, heartbreaking news. I've kind of been out of the loop for most of these, so I haven't really been covering them. But lately, well, really, the idea of this video has been in my head for a little bit. It was really running through my head today for the most part. And I was thinking I'll come home and I do a video on it and we talk about it and we go over it. But that really got cemented due to some terrible news we got today. And of course, I'm talking about all of the unfortunate losses we've been experiencing in the world of Hollywood entertainment here today. And like I said, this really got going for me today when I discovered that today. Let me I got my little thing going, but let's do this. Today, because unfortunately, Peter Cullen has passed away. If you don't know, Peter Cullen is the voice actor who has been synonymous with voicing Optimus Prime for decades now, for like the better part of 30 years. Now he has been the voice of Optimus Prime from the multiple cartoons to even the live action portrayal of Optimus he was today. But of course, we got a lot of people. Unfortunately, we have like five people, and this is all happened over the course of like fucking like less than 2 weeks. All of these has been happening. But we're gonna start off with the most recent. Peter Cullen, voice of Optimus Prime, Transformers, dies at 85. The theater trained Canadian was also, I did not know he was Canadian. Also created sounds for King Kong and the Predator and portrayed Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh and Pals. Um, he started the iconic hero Optimus. Oh my god, I hate when he fucking does this. Optimus Prime in a convoy of the Transformers films, TV shows, and video games. Of course, we got to cover that too. He covers all. He covers our entire spectrum here: movies, games, and TV. And the gloomy Eeyore and Dozens of Winnie the Pooh projects has died. He was 85. He passed away Wednesday at his home in LA. His agent Kevin Motley had told the Hollywood Reporter, quote, he passed away peacefully, surrounded by his loving family and held in the hearts of many friends and countless fans around the world. His family said in a statement, they asked that you honor his remarkable legacy by serving your communities and leading others with compassion, integrity, and loyalty. And always remember, be strong enough to be gentle. I believe that was the quote his brother gave. And they probably go. I hate when it does this shit. They're probably gonna cover it in this article, but I'm gonna talk about it first here. I believe, if I remember correctly, this quote was actually a quote he got from his brother. His brother served in the military. And when Peter was auditioning, actually, when he was auditioning for the part of Optimus Prime, he asked his brother for feedback on what he was doing in his performance. And this was the quote that he gave him, be strong enough to be gentle. And that was kind of how he found the voice of Optimus Prime. And of course, he auditioned and he got the role, and the rest, as they say, was history. So it's really cool that they put that there. But yeah, the Montreal-born Cullen, he voiced King Kong in the 1976 remake, and the Evil Car, short for Night Automated Roving Robot on Knight Rider from 82 and 2009. He came up with the scary clicking sound that emerged from the mouth of the monster on a Schwarzenegger starring Predator. Did not know that either. Early in his career, he was a live action performer and served as the announcer for the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour and Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour. 2020 in 2014 NPR interview, Cullen noted he initially approached playing Optimus with puzzlement. Quote, I auditioned like I do it so fucking instinctively. And the fact it does this, I hate it. I auditioned like everybody else, he said. I was told it was a hero, and I was told it was a truck. The Good Natured Color got the job and voiced the honorable leader of the Autobots for the first time in the 1984 to 87 syndicated series, The Transformers, based on the toy line and produced by Marvel in association with Toei. Let's see. Yeah. Optimus is pricing. Michael Bay resurrected the property for the big screen with DreamWorks for Transformers in 2007. And it was a no-brainer to rehire Cullen after 2 decades away. He said, I quote, I describe it as kind of a slipping into an old pair of very comfortable shoes that you haven't worn for a while. He told IGN in 2007, I just slipped right into them and felt as good as the last time I put them on. So yeah, Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, Age of Extinction, all the movies, including the most recent ones, Last Night, Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, and but he didn't do Transformers 1, that was Chris Hemsworth, of course. He also voiced Eeyore from 88 to 91 in the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and he portrayed the donkey in the feature film Winnie the Pooh: A Very Merry Pooh Year, and on other shows and videos. He was one of four children. God, I gotta stop doing that. He's one of four children. Where do they talk about the thing? He left the National Theatre School of Canada as a member of its first graduating class in 1963. He also worked for an announcer for Montreal's radio station. He added the Hollywood and landed the Smothers Brothers role in '67. To play Optimus Prime, Cullen said he channeled the spirit of his older brother Larry, who served from Vietnam. There it is. When he came home, I could see a change. He was quieter, and it was a man and a superhero to me. He said in 2006. I watched him and listened to him. I've never had an opportunity to do a superhero, and when that came, that voice that came right out of me, and I sounded like Optimus. So there you go. Um, uh, yeah, and he got a daytime Emmy for Transformers Prime. Transformers Prime was such a damn good show. He got a daytime Emmy for that. I'm sorry, y'all, I keep doing this. It's based off instinct. But yeah, he auditioned for Predator. So yeah, just animation for he's done a bunch of stuff. Monterey Jack and Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Corin and King Alfred in the Voltron series, Ramrod and Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs, James Hawkins in the Vehicle Voltron, Mario and Saturday Super K cartoons, and Counselor One in Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So there you go. Just a staple and a synonymous individual in the world of voiceover and acting, and it's sad that he's gone. But of course, that's not the only one because all of this actually started way back on the 17th when we learned that the unfortunate passing of actress Hayden Panettiere. She passed away at 36. Um, First responders responded to a 911 call to a residence in Greensville, South Carolina, and located Panettiere unresponsive and in cardiac arrest. The coroner's officer said responders initiated advanced cardiac life support measures, but the resurrection efforts were unsuccessful, and the actress was pronounced deceased at 2:32 p.m. Um, but when they did the story, I don't know if I don't. Do we know her cause of death by now? It's been a little bit. Nah, it still seems like it's being investigated, so we still don't know just yet. Um, but yeah, if you don't, Hayden Panettiere was an actress, a long time actress. She was actually started as a child actress, the long career in both TV and movies. She's remembered for her role as, of course, this is where I mostly know her from, but she has her roles as Claire Bennett in the hit series Heroes, one of my all-time favorite TV shows. Season one of Heroes was like peak TV. She also starred as Juliet Barnes on the musical drama Nashville. She starred in Remember the Titans, Raising Helen, Ice Princess, and Scream 4 on the big screen. You know what was fucked up about this is that literally, when it was announced that she had passed, like 2 days before we learned that she passed, I watched Remember the Titans one night, that night, and like, damn, it was fucked up. And like, even rewatch it, I was like, oh shit, I never knew I was Hey Panettiere. Um, but yeah. Panettiere has been candid about her struggle from child stardom through adulthood. She released a memoir in May titled "This Is Me: Reckoning." She is a mother to one child, daughter Kaya Klitschko. I don't know what that. I don't know his last name. Whom she had in 2014 with her ex fiance, heavyweight champion Waldemir Klitschko. She opened up about gripping with alcoholism and postpartum depression. In the years that followed her role on Nashville, she quoted, "It was difficult. The years before were very difficult for me too, and I just needed a break." She went on to reprise her role as Cobra Reed in the Scream franchise, which released back in March of 2023. She also lost her brother 3 years ago from an enlarged heart. She also spoke openly about her grief, saying in an interview with People 2 years after his death, she will always be heartbroken about it. And she would have turned 37 on a Friday. I think that was last Friday at this point. So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I know her from Heroes. I love that show. It had its ups and downs, but that's primarily where my biggest exposure to her came from. But I always liked her after that. I tend to be, if I really like a show or something, I tend to like the people that were involved in it and really try to follow them, the things they do. past that. So yeah, so August 17th, it was Hayden Panettiere. Um, Fortunately, Michael Wright also passed away. This was a couple days later. I think this was like the 21st or something, the 22nd. Actor Michael Wright, known for his roles in the Five Heartbeats. He passed away following complications from I don't even know what is that. It's a rare neurological disorder defined by damage, breakdown, and death of tissue of the corpus callosum. It's something in the brain, I guess. Most cases occur in people with severe long-term alcohol use disorder. Mm. How do you pronounce that? Come on, give me the word thing. Pronunciation. What was it? Pronunciation. Markia Markia Fava Big Nami. I'm just calling it MBD. And complications of heart failure. But yes, Michael Wright, known for his roles in the films of Five Heartbeats and the TV series V, has passed away at 70. His wife said, quote, "It is with profound sadness and an unimaginable heaviness in my heart that I share the passing of my beloved husband, Michael Wright. He passed away Wednesday at the UCI Medical Center in California with his wife and their children by his side. Wright passed away peacefully following complications from MBD, a rare degenerative neurological condition he was diagnosed with in 2015, and complications from heart failure. Susan Wright remembered him as a loving husband, father, and grandfather, and friend with an extraordinary artist whose work touched generations. Many knew Many knew and loved him through the Five Heartbeats, The Wanderers, the Principal, Streamers, and many other characters he brought to life throughout his remarkable career. His talent, presence, and contributions to film and television will live on, but to those of us who loved him personally, he was so much more than the roles the world knew him for. He was born in New York. He made a screen debut in 1979 in The Wanderers, about a teenage gang in the Bronx. He starred in the 1983 film Streamers, which he and the rest of the ensemble cast shared the Best Actor award at that year's Venice Film Festival. Okay. He rose to fame in the 1980s, playing resistance fighter Alliance Taylor in the sci-fi series V, and later took on the role of inmate Omar White in HBO's gritty prison drama Oz in the early 2000s. He remains best known, however, for playing Eddie King Jr. in the 1991 musical drama The Five Heartbeats, according to his IMDb profile. Tributes poured in for right over the weekend, highlighting his masterful performance, often playing wounded and complex characters. So there you have it. There you
It takes more than love to build it up, to build it up.
have it. Five Heartbeats, certified hood classic. Uh, ooh, okay. Oh, let's see. Wright is survived by Susan Wright, his daughter Manon Wright, and his stepchildren Brian, Brittany, Brea, and Sir Barr. So again, rest in peace to Michael Wright. And then we got hit with another big one, another heartbreak on the 26th, as American icon Dolly Parton unfortunately passed away. The musician and actress passed away. Dolly Parton, the beloved country music star who won hearts across the country and globe for her philanthropic efforts, died in Nashville Tuesday after a brief battle with cancer. She was 80. Um, the CNN article kind of trash. Let's see. Tennessee Policy proposed a 9 to 5 day in memory of Dolly Parton. Uh, they got nothing about like the story of her life and shit. This is just like random fucking articles. Uh, I'm sorry, this is CNN kind of crap. Let's see. The country star actress's philanthropist died peacefully on Tuesday in Nashville after a brief battle with cancer. The news quickly spurred reactions from people across all walks of life, bringing together everyone from drag queens to faith leaders to politicians to music fans of all genres to remember the life and legacy of a woman who touched millions with her prolific songwriting, unique charm, and sweeping generosity. That is Hollywood luminaries, including Patriot Stillman, Nuggets 9 to 5 co stars, joined in the choir too, with Jane Fonda calling her the voluptuous embodiment of empathy. The legendary star's career spanned over half a century, with Pardon writing more than 3,000 songs throughout her life, many of which captured the American experience, like Coat of Many Colors and 9 to 5. The latter was the title track of the movie of the same name, in which Pardon also starred, and it became an anthem for the American women and workers. Pardon wrote both her hits Jolene and I Will Always Love You, later made infamously by Whitney's Houston cover around the same time. She was passionate about giving back to people in need, and she funneled her massive success into philanthropy, founding a library program known as the Imagination Library that has gifted more than 300 million books to children around the world. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know too much about Dolly Parton. Unfortunately, I knew of her, of course, as damn near I feel like everybody does, but I didn't know too much about her. But like after her passing, this was like the first thing I heard was like how much she gave back with all of her wealth that she accumulated over her life. And that was like the first thing I heard about it. So that was cool. Her lucrative business efforts also came with the commitment to help those less fortunate. In 1986, she opened up the Dollywood theme park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, where it became the area's largest employer, credited with creating thousands of jobs and generating close to $2 billion annually. Make sure she was okay. As her impact continues to be felt, many of the tributes have poured in this week. Involved her late husband, Carl Dean, her husband of nearly 60 years, who died last year, with many finding solace that the two have reunited once again. Oh, well, let's see about some of this. Dolly Parton made long about her creative projects. So he has a Broadway musical about her life set to open in New York in September, and the Songteller Hotel in Nashville. The hotel will include Dolly's Life of Many Colors Museum, an exhibit that will celebrate the late singer's life. There's a biopic and a docuseries about her life are also in the pipeline, according to the release. Her philanthropic, there we go, thropic philanthropy. It's the TH that's getting me. Are also set to persist. Her Imagination Library, which promoted literacy and mailing millions of books to families free of charge, was also set to continue its programming. So, yeah, she got a 9 to 5 day, as she should. But yeah, again, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like for us, a black teenager, a black man in the Midwest who's predominantly raised around, fucking hip hop music for the most part, a little bit of rock they got into. Dolly Parton was like one of those rare country artists that did manage to penetrate my spirit and made me knowledgeable to her. I know the two songs, 9 to 5, and I know Jolene. That's about all I know. But yeah, so man, rest in peace to Dolly Parton. And unfortunately, on that very what was it, 26? This is 27th, my bad. Out of order. But unfortunately, though, on that same day, we also lost Tim Curry, the iconic character actor and Rocky Horror Picture Show star. He passed away at 80. He's known for playing Dr. Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the concierge in Home Alone 2 in New York, Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. I know he suffered a stroke in 2012 that put him in a wheelchair. That honestly, it was one of those things where it looks like he probably wouldn't have made it uh from that stroke, but he did and managed to live on for another what 14 years. But he passed away Tuesday night in his home in LA, according to his longtime manager and friend, Marisha Hurwitz. No cause was disclosed. But known for his arc humor, a putty-like face, and gift with voices, Curry earned three Tony nominations for Spamalot, My Favorite Year, and Amadeus, and a Primetime Emmy nod in 1994. Quote, I like playing the more curious quarters of the human mind and human behavior, partly because they're a tad more interesting, Curry told the Associated Press way back in 1993. Curry burst onto the scene as the Transylvanian Frankenfurter and the sci-fi cross-dressing rock musical Rocky Horror Picture Show, which premiered in 1973 at the Royal Court Theatre in London. He went with it to Broadway and starred in the 1975 cult classic movie alongside Barry Bostwick, Meatloaf, and Susan Sarandon. The show was ahead of its time in terms of representation of LGBTQ plus characters and has entered the pop culture lexicon for its many iconic and memorable scenes, including the song Time Warp, which has been covered by handfuls of artists and often quoted phrase, "Damn it, Janet." The show was twice revived on Broadway and most recently in 2026 with Luke Evans playing Frankenfurter. Quote, he was a force, a bright, fierce flame, an exquisite charm, and rich vocal tone. Evans wrote on Instagram. I hope wherever you are, you'd approve of one more Frank having the time of his life in those heels. Luke Evans. I know Luke Evans. That's the nigga who's Dracula, right? Dracula Untold guy. Yeah, that's him. Okay. Uh, man. Let's see. So yeah, Frankenfurter, we got that. Uh, his Broadway career also includes starring in Tom Stoppard's Transvestites in the 75-76, playing Mozart opposite Ian McKellen, McKellen's Antonio Salieri, and Peter Shaffer's Amadeus, and King Arthur in the 2005 production of Spamalot. The New York Times said his stalwart, plummy voice voiced Arthur with a smile as inflexible as armor. He also played Scrooge in A Christmas Carol at the theater in Madison Square Garden in 2001. His screen credits include starring as the child-killing monster in the 1990 series of Stephen King's It. Yes, he was the original It for all you young bloods out there, you know. As a medical officer in The Hunt for Red October in 1990, and the double cleaning Cardinal, I don't even know how to say that, in 1993 as The Three Musketeers for Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen, and Chris O'Donnell. In his 2005 memoir Vagabond, Corey warned readers that while there were scraps of his nature in his character, he was none of them. Quote, the distinction between who I really am and who I've pretended to be as an actor have proved to be a source of great disappointment to some audiences. It has not caused me much personal distress beyond the periodic necessities of Dieter stalkers, he wrote. So he started in England. So, okay, here we go. Some of his other roles. We talked about Home Alone 2. Of course, Wadsworth, the unhinged butler with the secret past in the quotable Clue. Also one of his most well-known and most popular roles. He played the philanthropist in he was the rich dude in Congo. Congo is one of those like movies that's just like, I don't know why. It's just a movie that really stuck with me throughout the years. And a baddie opposite Curry Burnett in the movie Annie. In the later years, Curry led his baritone voice to many voice acting roles, and I've been crossing to the children's TV series, including Star Wars, The Clone Wars, The Wild Thornberrys, The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. He won a Daytime Emmy in '91 for voicing Captain Hook in Peter Pan and the Pirates. And earned a Grammy nomination in 2002 for his audiobook of the first Lady Snicket novel, A Series of Unfortunate Events. Man, I'm kind of mad they didn't. I'm mad they didn't mention his role in motherfucking Muppet Treasure Island. Come on, AP, what's going on here? After a years-long break from live-action roles, Curry played a plagued Dr. Masked Man in a wheelchair in 2014's Stream, something the film director Michael Levy called a dream come true. Curry never married, had no children, and was deeply private about his personal life, but he wrote his memoir that he was convinced to tell the story thanks to so many moving encounters with fans. Quote, the notion that my experiences might resonate helps me preserve. If they strike a chord with only one teenager alone with a book in his room, as I so often was, or that young woman reading this on an interminably long bus ride, or that older queen, hopefully still in his fishnets, who saw Rocky Horror upstairs at the royal court, or that middle-aged mother who organizes Clue watching parties and refuses entry to anybody out of costume, or that button-up bank clerk who relishes musicals, or that woman who kicked me out of the Waverly for being myself, he wrote. And that's what he says. So, of course, rest in peace to Tim Curry. And unfortunately, the heartbreak did not end there because the most recent one, well, besides Peter Cullen, this wasn't today, but this news story is today. This was like 2 days ago, I want to say. Actor Samuel Monroe Jr. passed away at 52 following a recent hospitalization. This is definitely gonna be an actor who I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably who gonna watch this will know who he is. But in the words of Prince Hood Cinema, he a all-star. Following months of hospitalization, actor Samuel Monroe Jr. has passed away. His mother, Joy Patton, announced on Facebook. She put, quote, I want to thank all of my Facebook family and friends, new and old, for praying for Samuel Monroe Jr., my son, she wrote. But today, God called him home. Please honor my final request to pray for the family, especially his three children. Before his death, his family revealed he was hospitalized following complications from meningitis. Monroe got his first on-screen acting credit in 1993's Menace to Society, but he also appeared in the classic horror anthology Tales from the Hood, the parody film Don't Be a Menace, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood, Set It Off, and The Players Club. He was 52. Rest in peace. Again, like I said, certified hood all-star. He all-star. As reported by TMZ Tuesday, actually, because they don't do a good job with this picture because they got the shades and shit on. He's gonna be one of those actors you won't know his name, but you know his face. Yeah, here he is, right here. Yeah, again, one of those actors where you probably wouldn't know him just from seeing his name, but as you see his face, you immediately kind of know who he is. What was also down here? Confership, Nicora. Okay, you talk about shit. The actor has been hospitalized since at least April for a case of meningitis was developed into MSA pneumonia. MRSA pneumonia. He was placed on life support. Patton accused Stalwart of being motivated by money rather than getting the best care for her son. All right, we ain't trying to go to his personal life difficulties like that too much. But yeah, I know, like, Dolly Parton is a massive fucking worldwide icon. Tim Curry is also well fucking known in the world of film and TV. Peter Cullen, hey, Pidgeot. I want to do this video so I can shed light on probably more lesser in terms of like the wider zeitgeist outside of the black spectrum. I did also want to shine some light on Michael Wright and Samuel Monroe Jr. For their passing as well, because those definitely get buried amongst that's that felt terrible. That did not feel good. That did not feel good. The news of their passing, I feel like, can easily just get outshined because some of these are just so massive to the general pop culture that these stories and the news of all this and the news of these two could get lost amongst in the shuffle of all of this. But yeah, man, some dark times in the entertainment world, man. We've lost a lot of talented individuals in a very, very short amount of time. So yeah, this video was just to kind of talk about it and bring it and talk about it. Very sad to see all these people go. I had exposure to some of these people quite a bit, some more than others. But they were all people who I at least knew of, and me being, a wannabe, creator in this entertainment space. I felt like I had to kind of talk about it and bring it up and really kind of, shed a little bit more light on some of this stuff going on. But man, it really sucks that all this the fact that all of it is happening in such a truncated window of time, I feel, is what makes it so much worse. You know what I mean? Like you hear about one person's passing, and before you've had the time to process it and shit, somebody else winds up dropping, and then you hear somebody else does, and then somebody else does, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And it's just really sad. So prayers to all of the family of everybody involved and all of these people. Um, but yeah, so that's it for this episode. A little bit of a downer one, but I feel, but very an important one, I feel there. So everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Let's get this ad off here because I don't want that up there. Thank you all so much for watching. I very much do appreciate it. If you haven't already, just take some time to call up your loved ones. Tell them I love you. Give somebody a hug. Just anything. Because again, you never know. You know what I mean? Well, you never know. But That's it for me here today. Make sure you check out some of the other stuff on the channel as well. I released my Gamescom episode where I go over the opening night of Gamescom. I had a video where I look into the stuff with Wolverine. Next up, we're gonna be talking about some movies and whatnot and all that good stuff there. Catching up on some movies this year, so we're gonna be watching it there. Um, that's it for me today. Always remember, stay watching, stay playing, stay awesome. And of course, everybody, most importantly, stay safe out there. Until next time, everybody, I will talk to you all later. Deuces.